Welcome to your journey of healing with the Healing Podcast, hosted by licensed clinician Monique Owe and co-host Dr. Amber Moan.
Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Healing Podcast. I am your host, Monique Owe. Dr. Moan is not here with me today. Today's episode is called Be Gentle with Yourself. So before I get into the episode, I just want to say I know it's been a long time since I've been here. I have not posted in a while. When I checked, it's been over a year and I couldn't believe it because where does the time go? But, life moves fast and life moves on. A lot of things were taking place for me, some pleasant, some not so pleasant, but you keep going. And a lot of it was that I ended up being so busy that I could not post. I had episodes recorded, but I didn't get time to get the editing done. And the next thing you know, the episode I felt was, it's already outdated in my opinion. So nonetheless, here we are. So for those tuning in, thank you for tuning in. If you've been a supporter, I appreciate you. Sorry for not posting in a while. If you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Healing Podcast. And we're just going to get started. Okay. So I hope it is my intention that I will be able to post again more consistently, but we'll see how things go. So be gentle with yourself. So this episode is just about, well, first, let's go over a definition of gentle. The word gentle means having or showing a mild, kind, or tender temperament or character. So again, that's having or showing a mild, kind, or tender temperament or character. That is the definition of gentle. So when I say be gentle with yourself, what I am saying in essence is basically show a mild, kind, or tender temperament to yourself. And why does that matter? Well, at this time when I'm recording this episode, it is nearing or very soon approaching the holiday season. And this can be a wonderful time of the year, right? But for some, it is not as wonderful, or even if it is wonderful, it can become a stressful time because you feel like you have so many things to get done. And if you've been a long time supporter, I posted an episode about having so many things to get done and what that does and things like that. So what I want this to be is one, depending on when you hear this, whether it's right before the holiday or maybe you will hear this after the holiday season, I hope that you have gentle holidays or that you had a gentle holiday season. And I want you to be gentle to yourself because that is the only way to really go forward. Here we are. This is late 2024, right? Just on the cusp of 2025 coming in. And I want you to be gentle to yourself. I hope this holiday season is what you wanted it to be or will be what you want it to be. But give yourself a break if it's not. What's meant to happen will happen and you do the best that you can. Why is it important to be gentle? Because if you're not, you will put yourself in a situation where you make things worse than they need to be. It's okay if everything does not work out the way you wanted. It's okay if things didn't work out the way you planned. It's okay if things are a little off. There's no perfection, but be gentle and understanding to yourself because you did the best you could with what you had. And this time is hopefully a time for whatever you need for yourself. Sometimes it's around a lot of loved ones. Sometimes it's around family. Sometimes it's around friends who are like family. Sometimes it's with yourself. I want you to understand being gentle to yourself is sometimes having a moment of quiet to yourself. Maybe you're not going to the holiday function this year. Maybe you're not going to the company party. You're not going to go visit relatives. You're not going to get on a flight or take a long drive because for you, being gentle to yourself this year means just an intimate time with yourself where you can regroup, get some rest so that you're ready to go forward for the next. So that is what being gentle to yourself means. It means doing an inventory to find out what you need so that you're better. And I hope this holiday season has been that or will be that for you because sometimes it brings up different memories. Maybe some people you wanted to be around are not able to be around you, whether that's because of life issues or maybe they have passed. Maybe because health, things may have come up with health and what you guys wanted to do, it just didn't work out. So it may not be as joyous as you wanted it to be, but you then end up beating yourself up because it did not happen the way you wanted. And another part of being gentle with yourself is not pressuring others as well to do the things you want them to do versus what they wanted to do. Being gentle with yourself is also being accepting. If the person said they can't make it, let it be. You don't have to go down a rabbit hole of why. You can just accept it for what it is and go forward with that. That's also part of being gentle, is accepting things as they are and making the best of it. So I hope that is helpful to you in knowing it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay if you can't even do it. I think there are some people too who may have wanted to do a big holiday thing or get a lot of gifts for people, if you believe in gift giving, and not able to afford it because the economy, right, and things going on. So, and that's okay too. It's okay to say this time I'm not going to be able to do it. It's okay not to go into debt just to give a gift. It is okay. It is okay just to give a smile and a hug. And sometimes that's all that we need. So being gentle with yourself is just knowing this is where I am, or this is what's going on. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to be okay with it. And sometimes doing nothing is exactly the thing you need to be gentle. Remember that. Sometimes doing nothing is okay to be gentle. Sometimes cooking nothing is okay. Sometimes you just got to go order takeout. Sometimes you just got to go to a fast food restaurant. It's okay if that's all you can do for this year. It doesn't have to be that next time. You see what I'm saying? I think we get bent out of shape because we don't do things the way we're so used to doing. And we get upset when it doesn't happen that way. Well, according to who? Who said it had to be that way? Where's the contract? Where's the contract that says if you don't do things a certain way or within a certain time frame, you're going to be sued? Where's the contract about that regarding holiday season or with yourself, with your own self-care? There's no contract there that says that. That doesn't exist. The contract is in our head that we make with ourselves. So be gentle with yourself. That's what I wanted to share. Just something light as for me coming back as the first episode again. Hopefully I'm back to posting more consistently. What I will say is, you know what? We still have situations, even though I haven't been here, there's always situations going on. So let's talk about a little situation that I know about. So for the situation segment, this is, of course, something that I was made aware of. This is from a lady who's in her early 30s and is getting back out into the dating world. She's divorced and has a child and is looking to start dating again. But she prefers to date a man that does not have children as a preference. And her reasoning is because many men who have, or maybe not many, some men that have children, they're not active or present in the child's life or the children's lives. And she feels she does not want to get involved with a type of man that's their situation. So, the question is it too unrealistic for her to want to date a man that does not have a child? Well, here's the thing. First, I commend her for getting back out there and wanting to date again. Because sometimes it's hard, especially after divorce, to want to try it again. But I commend her for wanting to do that. And I say everybody has a preference. You can go after your preference if you want. There's nothing wrong with having a preference in whatever your heart desires. I think where you want to be careful is if you're making an assumption or a judgment before the matter has even taken place. If her preference is to date a man without a child, even though she has a child, that is her preference. If she meets that man and he's willing to accept her having a child, that's fine. Go forward. If they have a connection, right? If she does meet a man, though, that's very nice, and he does have a child or has children, and she has a discussion with him and feels like, okay, can you tell me how present you are in your children's lives? And he says something that's disturbing to her. It's up to her to explore that, not to make the assumption as to why. I think it's always worth getting to know that person's side of the story. Now, that's only if she likes the person. If she happens not to like the guy, why waste time? But if it's somebody who has kind of sparked interest and she finds out he has a child or has children, but feels like he's not as present, maybe find out what happened first before making an assumption that, oh, he's just not present. He's not a good guy. That might not be the case. So my thing would be always have a conversation first to then determine. Let's not go by outside appearance. Maybe there's more to the story. Now, if you find out it's just because he made a choice not to be there, well, that shows his character and definitely move on. But if you find out, okay, wait a minute, it's more to the story than that, something else is going on, okay, then you make your decision. So I wish her well on her journey, and I wish anybody else well on their journey if you decide to date and get back out there and just, hoping to meet your person. All right, so let's get back into the episode. Be gentle and kind with yourself. I hope that you do take time to be gentle and to be mild with yourself and tender with yourself, because think about it. We always want others to be tender and kind to us, but many times we're not kind to ourselves. It starts with you. The more that you're kind and understanding to yourself, the more you can give it to others, and the more you won't accept when others are not kind and gentle towards you. You'll be able to cut that out. It starts with you first. So do an inventory, find out what you need for yourself, make that decision to do it, and then go forward. I hope this has been helpful to you and to those tuning in or whoever you may share this with. Thank you for tuning into the Healing Podcast, and I will leave you with this. Something kind of fun. Here's my quote. If you see me sad, just hug me and put some money in my pocket. That makes things all better, doesn't it? I hope that gave you a little humor too, because part of being gentle is having a little humor. I hope that made you laugh. That is from Hilarious Text. So thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful holiday season, or I hope the holiday season has been wonderful to you if you're hearing this after the holidays. And talk to you soon. Bye-bye.